Man, let's go ahead and get into some draft boards, man. Let's get into some draft boards, man. So, I have two things. I have a mock draft. I have the mock draft from Mel Kiper. I have the mock draft from Nate Tice, who me and you were both big fans of. And then I have the 2025 consensus board, right? So I'll start with the consensus board because this is just showing where everybody is and what is the consensus overall. So this is not where people are drafted. This is just the consensus on what overall the top 32 players are, right? So consensus wise, it's Cam Ward, number two, Abdul Carter, number three, Travis Hunter, number four, Shedeur Sanders, Mason Graham, Will Campbell, Ashton Genty, Armand Membu, and Tet McMillan. So and with this, it pretty much gives you a projection of where the consensus of these players are going. Obviously, Cam Ward at number one. Abdul, the consensus is that the Browns are going to take Abdul Carter, the edge from Penn State, and then the consensus is that the Patriots will get Travis Hunter. So let's start there, man. How will you feel if Travis Hunter is in your division and you got to play that motherfucker twice a year, Rod? If this goes according to that projection.
Oh, the answer, Herbie, the answer is simple. I just gotta hope he's a bust. That's it. I just gotta hope that nigga a bust, man. I gotta hope that he was only able to be Ron College. That's what I gotta hope, man. Listen, man, Travis Hunter is a hell of a talent, man. Actually, what I'm kind of hoping, to be honest with you, Herbie, is that the Browns. I wouldn't be shocked if the Browns do get Shedeur, Herbie, because at the end of the day, quarterback is still a need for them.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they will actually, you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I don't know how they feel about him, obviously. Cam Ward is definitely going to be the first one gone. So,
100%.
I think the Browns will end up taking Shedeur, and I think the Patriots may end up with Abdul Carter. Although, I think regardless, right, the Patriots do need receivers. They're going to want to give Drake May a weapon, right? So, if the Pats get him, we'll see what happens, dog. We'll see if he terrorizes the Dolphins for years to come. We'll see what's up.
That would be funny if he ends up terrorizing y'all for it. Well, obviously, because this is a Dolphins podcast, so no, it won't be funny, but it'll be funny. But
Hey, my man JPS, you want to see that shine? Let's see that shine, boy. He said he wanted to see the shine. He wanted to see the shine, dog. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. JPS in the building.
Let's go back to Shedeur though, real quick. We don't got to spend too much time, man. But Shedeur, man, that dude is a lightning rod. He brings out conversations. He brings out people's feelings, right? So we just put up a video of Shedeur. It was a short, and then all we said, me and you, this is from last week's pod or last week's live stream, was, hey, if he makes it past the Giants, we don't know where he's going. If you don't say that Shedeur Sanders is going in the top 10, it is a slap in the face, and people see that as a sign of disrespect. Dog, what y'all want me to do, bro? Like, I just give you my honest opinion, bro. People don't play about Shedeur Sanders, Rod. They ready to
Herbie,
fight.
Here's the thing, though, Herbie. It's not like every team in the top 10 needs a quarterback, right? You still have talented players like Abdul Carter. You still have Membu. You still have Will Johnson. You still, like, Herbie, there's still talent. Like, there are teams that have other needs. So if the teams that don't need a quarterback pass on them, who's going to draft them? Of course it's going to fall. It's just logic. I don't know why people get to in their feelings. Like, you know what the problem is today, Herbie? People take it too personal when it comes to talking about these things. Like, listen, all we're doing is speculating. Every single person who talks about the draft, I don't care how much you love the draft. I don't care how much you know, how much you research. None of us know until the day comes. Every single time the draft comes around, there's always some trade up that happens, some WTF pick. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
every year.
Every year. So at the end of the day, like, look, we're not saying that we want him to fall. It'd be different.
Absolutely
Herbie.
not.
Man, fuck Shedeur, nigga. Fuck him. Let that nigga fall. You know, like, if we were saying that, I could understand the vitriol, right? But Herbie, all we're saying is, if the teams that don't need a quarterback pass on him, why would a team that doesn't need a quarterback draft him? He's gonna fall if that's the case.
Exactly. And again, we did elimination. We did process by elimination, right? Like, the NFL told you how I felt about this draft class, just for the simple fact that so many, in my opinion, mediocre quarterbacks got a lot of money to play quarterback next year. If this was a draft class that people were very enthusiastic about or people were very excited about, Justin Fields is not getting $40 million from the Jets. The Raiders are not trading for Geno Smith. These are teams that need quarterbacks, and they made decisions on this draft class. So again, if he does not get drafted by the Giants, which is not no guarantee, I don't know where he goes. And that still applies. But again, he could go as early as the Browns, and he could go as late as the teens or the 20s when somebody drafts, trades back in to take him, right? So it is what it is, man.
And JPS, man, you're a funny guy, man. Listen, the
Man, listen,
Dolphins,
dog.
the Dolphins have far more pressing needs than fucking taking Shedeur, man. Trust me, yeah, far
Come
more
on, man.
needs,
Come on, man. All right. Let me go ahead and look at this little mock draft on my end. I don't know what the heck happened. Do you see the mock draft or no?
No, I do not see it right now. It says
I got
awkward.
you. My bad. I know what happened. That was my bad. All right. Boom. There we go. You see it now?
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Okay. So we can go with the mock draft. This is not the consensus. What I just had was the overall. It wasn't how they were ranked. It wasn't a mock draft. It was just the top 32 players by consensus.
The average, yeah, the average, yeah.
Right? This is an actual mock draft. So again, Tennessee has Nate Tice. This is Nate Tice, by the way. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's look at Mel Kiper's. That's the one we need to look at because he's the godfather of mock drafts, man. So obviously we should start with him, man. Share this type of set. This is Mel Kiper's. If I try to make it bigger, but this is as big as it's gonna get, unfortunately, guys. I'm gonna try my best. And boom, right? So Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, right? Boom. Now it's a crapshoot, man. And let's go straight to number 13, man. Miami Dolphins. Mel Kiper has the Miami Dolphins. Knock, knock. The Miami Dolphins are drafting within the 10 to 15 range again. Tell me what's new. But they are drafting, according to Mel Kiper, he sees them taking offensive tackle from the university. I want to say he's LSU, right? If I'm not mistaken, LSU. Yeah, LSU. Will Campbell, man. So how do you feel about that, Rod?
Herbie, I'd be okay with Will Campbell, Herbie. To be honest with you, Herbie, I'm not quite sure Will Campbell will actually fall to us, dog. I mean,
I don't know because the thing with Will Campbell is that he has literally the borderline arm length to be an offensive tackle. 33-inch arms, right? That's the borderline. There's only 3 offensive tackles in the entire NFL that has arms that short. That means you're a guard if your arms are that short.
Well, but Herbert, that's what we would need him for. That's what we would need him for, right?
Right.
In my opinion, I would hope that someone like Kelvin Banks falls to us, right? Like he has his weaknesses, Herbie, but he also has like a combination. First of all, he's an ascending run blocker, right? He's an explosive player. He has power. His technique is continually improving. So,
and
I would
he is
look
an
at
incredible athlete.
yes,
He is strong as shit. He's big as hell. He has very long arms. He's the complete opposite of Will Campbell in that. Kelvin Banks is the better athlete. Will Campbell is the better quote unquote technician, right? But I can teach you how to block. Now, if you end up becoming a good blocker or not, that's on you. I can't teach you how to be an explosive athlete with that physical profile that Kelvin Banks. Because again, coming into this draft process, Will Campbell was guaranteed the number one, the most consensus, and then that changed, bro. You have 33-inch arms, bro. People are gonna be like, ugh, right? Like that's just how the NFL is, though, man. Like the NFL is a big man game. Physical traits matter, dude. Like if you have to be excellent for the NFL to exist outside of the parameters of the standards, right? So, and let's transition over to Nate Tice and see where Nate Tice has you guys, man. So let me go ahead and share this tab instead. And bada bing, bada boom. So let's go ahead to 13, man. Got you guys taking Malaki Starks, man. So that just tells you we got 2 different mock drafts, 2 different players. Offensive tackle or a safety, man. So how do you feel if you guys were to take a safety, Rod?
I'm perfectly fine with that, Herbie, because we lost Javon Holland. Jordan Poyer was a lemon. And that's a spot that we really need. We only really addressed it with Melfonu, right? The safety from Detroit. We could most definitely use someone else in the secondary. Uh, there's a couple other guys too that I was looking at. I haven't finished looking at all the film on some guys, Herbie. Us being working men, it's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to watch all this film sometimes, dog. But
No,
I'd be okay with my
we're because now that we have a consensus on like who is more than likely gonna be there, because it's like, yeah, we could look at film, and that's normally what we do, right? We look at film of who is gonna be around there for you guys to draft. Now that the
the
board is
consensus
starting, the
around.
consensus
Yeah,
is coming around, we know who to identify on. We know, okay, we could watch a bunch of Kelvin Banks film. We could watch a bunch of Malachi Starks films. We could watch a bunch of Omari Hampton film. You feel me? If you guys, for whatever reason, might end up drafting a running back, right? Like, we have the guys that we know is going to be around that age and we could focus on.
right.
Um, Let me see. Let's see here, man. John Paul says, I think Will Campbell possibly goes earlier, though. You guys really think Travis goes to the Patriots? Again, it is entirely up on the Cleveland Browns if Travis Hunter goes to the Patriots, right? The Patriots want Travis Hunter. Shit, I want Travis Hunter. Who
Right.
doesn't? In my opinion, he's the best football player in the entire draft.
Right.
So it just depends on if anybody takes Abdul Carter and anybody takes Shedeur Sanders. There is a line for Travis Hunter to end up on the Patriots, man. But